Welcome to the park today. My name is Jeff. I get to be the pastor here. It is great to welcome you to another installment of a fun series that we're doing. There's an attendance pad in the row that you are sitting in. Hopefully, if there's not, there's one behind you. Perhaps, unless you're in the back row, there's nothing behind you. And we invite you to fill that out. Make sure we get a good email address because that's how we communicate with you. Secondly, there are prayer cards in the seat backs. And if you want to write down a prayer request, something that's on your heart, something that's for you, I'm the one that gets those, and then we'll be sure to cover you in prayer and pray with you. Nothing is too big for God, and nothing is too small for us to share with each other. So we are in this series, second installment. We started last week with this series called The Finish Line, and looking at some biblical lessons from athletes. And I say biblical lessons from elite athletes. The scripture is full of images about running a race or competing, and it's all about the race of faith. We all know the draw of sports in our culture today. There's a sport, if you will, there's a race, there's a competition that will far outlast any of our abilities to compete here on earth. It's an eternal reward that we compete for in this race of faith. And each week, I'm trying to bring in a coach of elite athletes themselves, working on some different people from around the area. It's a little heavily weighted toward the world of swimming, as is not surprising. That's where my connections are. But today I'll introduce him later. We have the new head coach for the swim team at Countryside Y right here in our own community. And he has trained some incredibly elite athletes and has a bit to share with us about what it means to run the race of faith. Let's stand, greet somebody around you, let's sing a little bit.